What's up, everybody? Back again with another video. As you can see, I'm in a slightly different location. It's a little bit rainy today, some clouds. Nice little breeze out though, so feeling good about that. Today I want to talk about getting out of a mental rut and the expectations that we have towards life. So I'll start off with a little story. When I was approaching the end of my 20s, so when I was around 28, 29, especially at 29, I felt this kind of internal sense of panic towards the end of it. And I had to ask myself, what is this coming from? Why do I feel this way? And of course, it was because I had this idea of life. I had an idea of what I wanted things to be by the age of 30. You know, I wanted, I guess to an extent, I would look at, the people around me, my family, friends, and I saw people, settling down, having kids, moving forward in careers, starting families, and just people were all over the place. And I always wanted to be happy for people, but I would always question, like, where am I supposed to be right now? What's my life supposed to look like? And that would kind of bother me. And towards the end of my 20s, I had an opportunity to live with my friends, and I knew it was kind of this last hurrah scenario. And so in that time, I was going out drinking with my friends a lot, staying up late, just going golfing, and it was a good time. I had a lot of fun. But when that ended, that question came back. What is my life supposed to be like right now? And to an extent, we see a lot of things on the internet, and we can be very impressionable to these things. You can see a lot of content. If you are kind of not happy with where you're at in life, a lot of this content tells you, well, you have to get this together in your life, and you have to get this going, and it can make us very rigid in our own lives, where I think instead of this sense of being rigid, it's more important to have a sense of discipline. And in developing a sense of discipline, I've found that a sense of compassion is needed to kind of balance that. When I would just try to discipline myself, be like, okay, I'm going to do this way, and I need this by this time. It's good to set an expectation, or a goal, I should say. But it's not good to get hung up on an expectation of life. Life will present itself as it presents itself, and there's always going to be a level of the unknown to it. So if you can factor that in, then you can think, well, how can I work with what I already know and face this unknown, And, on top of that, for me, I definitely had issues with expectations, or I would set this idea in my mind of how I want things to play out. And when it didn't play out that way, I would feel somewhat devastated. It was the sense of I wasn't good enough for the things I really wanted, whether it was a job I was going for, or when I had money saved up, I wanted to buy a house, and at that time the market was still going crazy, and I wasn't able to do that. And I realized I started to beat myself up for those things that were not even in my control. So I guess what I'm trying to say is the ruts that we find ourselves in are often created in our own minds. We can see ourselves as having, it's like, oh, I have this baggage from this experience in the past, or this didn't work out, why should I try again? We can have a lot of different ways of thinking about things, but I find that one of the biggest tools for me has been, if I can let go of all this, if I can let go of this thinking in a sense of expectation, or thinking in a sense of ruminating on something from the past, and just experience the moment as it is, and just try, and stop trying to be a perfectionist about things, and learn to accept my own flaws and imperfections, I find that it makes me a lot happier. It makes me a lot more at peace. I don't feel as stressed. And so that's my message to everyone is, wherever you're at in life, whatever your circumstances are, and I'm sure, they could be difficult, tiring, taxing. For some people it may be currently blissful, wonderful. We're all in different spots in life, and there's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean that one person deserves better than you, or that something happened in your life that means that good things can't come into your life. If we can begin to let go of those expectations, I think it's easier to find our way out of ruts in life. So, my advice would be, try something new. Keep a beginner's mindset. Don't have too high of an expectation for it. Give things a try. Talk to new people. But don't do it in a sense where your worth is tied into it. Your worth is already there. No one can take that away. You already have your worth. So go into it with a mindset like, I know my worth, I know my value in life, and I want to bring that into the world, If you can get rid of that lacking mindset and start stepping into an abundance mindset, where I think the beginnings of that is self-acceptance. That, I'm not perfect. I don't have the best habits or hobbies, and I'm not the most impressive or the most this or the most that. But I'm myself. I'm authentic. I'm me. I think you'll find yourself feeling a lot better about yourself and drawing in the right kinds of things that you need in your life. So, on that note, I'll close this video up. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and just be you.